I'm missing out on so much in my kid's life. That's the only thing you need to be alive right now.
This is America right now, y'all. This ain't for play. This for real. This people's real life.
Trying to strong. I would never come to social media about what I'm going through, but I am. Bro.
Hey TikTok. Starting October 1st, the bank is going to start foreclosure proceedings on my home. I have been unemployed since June, and although I've been doing deliveries, it's not enough to maintain all the bills that I have and my full mortgage. And because I'm unemployed, I'm not able to apply for hardship assistance. And of course, they're not taking partial payments. They're planning to foreclose on my home over $1,600. And they're starting October 1st.
Shalom. First, I'd like to start off by giving all great honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to teachers, elders, and apostles of great millstone, likewise brothers, put on this truth. Faithfully, fearlessly feeding the sheep and two brothers and sisters that are tuning in. Shalom. Today's lesson is titled, Esau Never Intended to Help You, Jakes. And for those of you who don't know, Esau, the Edomite, the so-called white man, the people that are in rulership in various different positions across this earth, and in particular here in Great Babylon, America, you have DJT, Donald J. Trump, okay? And now people have come to trust the words that the so-called white man speaks to them, promising them a good life, promising them homes, promising them great jobs, the American dream. And right now, what is happening is there is the American nightmare, and starting with the children of Israel, so-called blacks, Native Americans, Latinos, and Hispanics, things have become very dire for people as we speak right now. Now, you saw in that opening clip, and I'm going to play more clips, other examples. And of course, we're going to hear the words coming from the devil himself, okay, making these promises that, our people have put their trust into, rather than the trust that's coming from the prophets who were sent by the Lord Yahweh Shai to warn them of these days that they're experiencing right now. Let's go into the book of Ecclesiasticus 12 and start verse 16 before I show some more clips and we go into more scriptures. And it reads, An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagined how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. So keep in mind, just like in the garden, of Eden, okay, this devil, has a very smooth way of talking and convincing you, and we all know it. We all experience it when we are out there in the world. You lend your ear to him because he has the ability to manifest or make things happen for you. Okay, but if you understand how this man really operates, how the wicked operates, okay, everything for him is basically a game. Okay, it's a game to see how he can control your emotions. Okay, and continuing on, it says, If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first, and though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. He will shake his head and clap his hand and whisper much and change his countenance. And what's a countenance? Okay, of the devil. Okay, the so-called white man right now. Okay, he's rounding up Jakes. He's calling Jake stupid with DEI. He's using his science to claim that we're not more than basically apes. Okay, and he's basically neglected, okay, the children of Israel. Okay, now pursuant to Deuteronomy 28, okay, we were, as being under the curses, one of those curses is that we have to go to this man for all wants and things. But in the end times right now, we will have to lean on Yahweh Shai, the Mashiach, to get us through, okay? And this is what we're trying to warn our people, but they're extremely stubborn. So I'm going to play a little bit of clip here, and I'm going to go into the scriptures.
So if you could just please watch, like, and share this video. And if you find it in your heart to donate, I would be so grateful. I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I was going over in my head if I even wanted to make this video, but this was my last and only option, and so I did. But if you could just watch this video and donate it if you find it in your heart, I would really appreciate it. I'm usually a person that's slow to take and quick to give, so I just figure I'd come and let y'all know. Thank y'all very much, and I really appreciate you listening.
So you saw in that clip, okay, Eve, and I'm using the woman here, and, you can see here Isaiah 32:10, many days and years should you be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail. What is that vintage? That great life that we've all come to enjoy, the good economy job, do as thou will, it is now coming to the end, okay? They're looking to change things around, for what they call the New World Order. Continuing, it says, the gathering shall not come. So once it's stopped, it's not going to come back. So Jakes that are experiencing this hell, and Jakes who are going to experience more of it, until all of us are going to experience hell to the point to where the Lord, Yahweh Shai, has to send a rescue team for us, so to speak, to get us out of this, because it's just that bad, okay? And what our people are going to experience, okay, it's this emotion, the vexation, okay? When you look at it, vexation is a feeling of annoyance, frustration, or the stress that arises from sense of being thwarted or hindered in achieving goals or desire, which is what? The American dream, okay? Have a house, a good paying job, some savings to go into your old age and be remembered for something that you created, okay? That's been the desire of people that live here in Great Babylon, America. Continue to say it's a complex emotion that can manifest itself in various ways, such as irritation, agitation, or exasperation. In essence, vexation is a state of being bothered or troubled by something that is causing discomfort or unease. What is that discomfort or unease? Okay, you're going to be evicted out of your house. You now have to swallow your pride and go and beg for donation. Well, people might be able to donate right now because, of course, this place being very emotional, people like to think that they're helping or whatever the case is like that. But sooner or later, that's not going to be the case, because what happens when they do away with the system? Okay, and when they bring on the MOTB, they're going to be controlling that. So it ain't going to be like you have the ability to go into your pockets or go into your ATM card or bank card or credit card and say, you know what, I'll cash out you some money and help you out, okay? I feel good today. All right, it says it can be caused by a wide range of factors, from minor annoyance to major setbacks, and can have a significant impact on a person's mood and behavior, which you saw the opening clip of that woman. She's falling apart. Okay, and I cut some of the clip out because the person who put up the original one was just talking over it, and it didn't add any value. Okay, but that's what you can see right there, because the countenance of this man has changed. He's now rounding up Jakes, okay, particularly the Latinos and Hispanic, calling them illegals. He's building data centers on the so-called Native American land, okay, without their permission, okay, and he's continuing on killing Judah in the streets, okay, and also other brothers and sisters from the Northern Kingdom. But this man is never going to change. His duty and his job is given to him by Yahweh Shai, okay, as a hireling, is to do what? Okay, to bring wickedness and terror on this earth. And he will only be stopped as when the Mashiach returns. Let's go to 2 Ezra 16 and start verse 37 before I play some more videos. It reads, behold, the plague draw nigh, and are not slack, as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, and with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb, which pains, when the child come forth, they slack not a moment. So it's starting. It's just starting. It's just like one crap happened to the next, like that. So some of these people who actually are facing this right now, early on, while the economy is still around and people still have jobs and all that stuff, actually they would have adapted to it, okay, by the time it impacts everybody, okay, and it will. It will. So it's going to catch a lot of people by surprise. A lot of people think that they're invulnerable to it. No, you're not. Continuing, it says, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. So there's no escape. And this is going to be a global judgment. Okay, don't think for 1 second, okay, that this is only going to be a so-called black or Latino thing or Native American thing. This is going to be, all the other tribes are going to be experiencing this too. And we've already seen these Edomites crying and sighing. But the truth of the matter is that me nor any of the brothers give a crap about these other tribes. We're talking about our people only, and we're really concerned about the elect, because you Jakes are proven out there. You 2/3 out there proven. It doesn't matter what comes out of our mouth, okay? you're going to mock and scoff. And the brother, the elder brother from GMS, Manasseh, he puts a video every day about you mocking. And it's like, wow, that's what y'all really think. Continue, it says, "O my people, hear my word, make you ready to thy battle. And in those evils, be even as pilgrim upon the earth." Why do you have to be like that? Because later on, as I read more scriptures, you'll see what is going to take place against the children of Israel. So so hopefully, like here, don't have our mindset here. We like to live and sleep on a bed and all that stuff like that, but we already know, okay, that we're a target. They're going to come after us. So guess what? You got to gird your loins up and be prepared mentally and physically, okay, to go through this test that Yahweh Shemashah is going to put us through. Okay, so we're not attached to what we have. We have it, and it's great. You be responsible. You take care of things like that. We're not going to be careless and go, okay, damn, world ends tomorrow. Let's just throw away my life. No, you just endure to the end. You endure to the end. Continue, says, "He that selleth, let him be as if he that fleeth away, and he that buyeth as one that will lose. He that occupied merchandise as he that had no profit by it, and he that buildeth as he that shall not dwell therein. He that soweth as if he should not reap, so also he that planteth the vineyard as he that shall not gather the grapes." So everything you do, you gotta look and go, this man is gonna just take it away. Everything can crash. You might have a lot of savings, you might have done very well in life, and just like that, you wake up and it's like, what the hell happened? And then there's just chaos all over the place, okay? So listen to the words from the doggone devil.
Look at these guys, blacks for Trump. I love you. I love you. Black home ownership just hit the highest level it's ever been in the history of our country. Congratulations.
And as you see, okay, that's a smooth word, man. That's a smooth word. I mean, and for Jakes, them, they thrive and they grasp onto that. Like, look, man, he's thinking about us. He's thinking about us. I mean, to us it's laughable, and for us it's like, okay, really, whatever you give us is what the Lord Yahweh Shemashah gave you to give to us. Okay, if it was up to this man, do you really think we would have had the chains off our neck? Nope. We'd still be in the fields right now getting our ass beat down. Okay. But there was a time for us to go through that kind of judgment, okay, and then continue on in these judgments that we have on us right now, which is the curses in the cities and everywhere that we go, okay, until the very end, okay, because there's going to be a 2/3 that's going to suffer, okay, death by pain, and then there's a 1/3 elect that's going to go through the fire and be processed and cleaned, okay, for presentation before the Hamashiach. Continuing on in Psalm 62. And 10 reads, "Trust not in oppression, become not vain in robbery. If riches increase, set not your heart upon them." So, okay, and that wealth can be in any kind of ways that you got a good job, you got things going like that. But at the back of your mind, you're constantly thinking like, any day now, any day now, any day now. Okay, so we don't set our mind on it. We have it, but you don't set your mind on it. In fact, you go into Psalms 146. And 3, it reads, "Put not your trust in princes, nor in the Son of Man, in whom there is no help." Again, let me play the red man for you.
Look at these guys, blacks for Trump. I love you. I love you. Black home ownership just hit the highest level it's ever been in the history of our country. Congratulations.
There it is, huh? So you can't put no trust into this man. He can't help you. He can't help himself. They're preparing right now, okay, for when the Mashiach returns, okay? And in the meantime, let's distract the people on this earth, okay? This is Micah 2 and 10 reads, "Arise and depart, for this is not your rest. Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction." Check out this.
I'm here in a U-Haul truck. Sitting here trying to get everything in there. I got a million other things I got to put in a storage room, but I'm at a U-Haul, and at a storage room putting all my things up because I have to be gone. I'm moving out of my house because we got to go. We don't know what happened. Our bank sold to another bank. They didn't want to keep the mortgage, I guess. I don't know what happened. We've never been late, but here I am. I'm moving my stuff into this storage room. And it's like I don't have anywhere to go. I'm probably gonna have to just go to my son and daughter's house because everything happened so fast. I haven't been to court or anything. I don't know what's going on. All I know is some investors are coming. But I just want to let you know that no matter what I go through, no matter what we go through in life, we're gonna lose some stuff. We're gonna win some stuff. I'm still in shock. I don't even know how to start fighting, but I know I gotta. I just know that no matter what we go through, God is going to bring us out. This got to be some kind of purpose God has in mind for my life. Because I did everything right. I was going to be finished paying for my house next year or the year after that. But now I'm gone. I almost was through paying for the house. And here I am.
She's taking this very well for some. I would be tripping right now.
My son and daughter-in-law. I don't know where I'm gonna go, but. Be encouraged to TikTok. Be encouraged to know that God still loves you. He loves me. I don't trust anything else but to know that He does.
Now you saw in that, and our females like to talk and run their mouth, and it's because they've been the forefront, of pretty much every movement to try to be part of Great Babylon America, and this is why you see the so-called black woman. She's empowered. To open her mouth and talk even when she should be quiet, and the pride on our women, in particular the so-called black woman, is so high right there. They would rather, when they get on the street and stinking and nasty and just, completely undesirable. I mean, they're in a state of being undesirable as we speak right now. But I mean, to that point, before they would actually bow the knee to a man and say, you're going to need a doggone man. But, that's that dumb pride they got. Let's go to Isaiah 31:1, because this has always been the spirit of the so-called black woman, Latino woman, Hispanic woman, and a Native American woman, so to speak, and in some cases you have the men, that are involved with this too, because other than the men of the Lord, our men are not leaders. They're not leaders. They don't want to be leaders. They don't want to take a chance. They don't like to take risk, that's going to offend Esau, the Edomite, the so-called white man. And this is the reason why they rather scoff. It's easy to make fun of an easy target like us. But they're going to regret it. It says, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots, because there are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord. They don't give a crap. They live that comfort life. They're in the spirit of mirth. Many of them right now, they're still in the spirit of mirth, not understanding, look, at any given time right now, he's going to draft your kids into a war that you have nothing to do with. They're going to castrate you in these internment camps. Everything that you have, what little you have, is gone. You're not going to be able to just go to the Social Security place and go grab some food, or they're going to help you just like that. As that woman said. The paperwork to get help nowadays is tremendous. Why? Because there's a lot of other people, from these other tribes that are in need, especially these Edomites. So when you walk inside there, even if there's a jig behind the desk to do the paperwork, if your so-called black ass or Hispanic ass walk inside there for help, guess what? And then you have an Edomite walk in there for help. People always have a softer heart for Becky, and Mikey. Then they're going to have for Felicia, and Gonzalez, so to speak,
Black home ownership just hit its lowest level since 2021.
Oh, great.
Only 43.9% of Black Americans own homes in the second quarter of 2025, down from 45.3% just a year earlier, according to new data released from the real estate platform Redfin. So what caused the steepest drop in years? Economists point to the rising Black unemployment rate, which is now at 7.2%, the highest since the pandemic. Federal layoffs administered by the Trump administration, along with the dismantling of DEI in both public and private sectors, have hit Black workers especially hard. And the impact is clear. Fewer jobs and fewer promotions for Black workers means fewer pathways to ownership. Meanwhile, Black women are carrying an even heavier load. Economists call it the double tax, the compound weight of pay disparities and higher unemployment. Job losses among Black women, combined with historic barriers like redlining and predatory lending, are preventing many from becoming homeowners. The result? Families missing out on stability, equity, and generational wealth. There is a sliver of hope, however, since mortgage rates are easing falling below 6.5% after peaking above 7% earlier this year.
Let's close with the book of 2nd Ezra 16 and start with 70, because every day you wake up with this in your head. I know I do, okay? For there shall be in every place in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. Who are those that fear the Lord? It's the Hebrew Israelites, so-called Black Americans, Latinos, and Hispanics, whether you believe what's written in this book or not. You are. And that's why you're suffering the curses. We all are. Continue, it says, they shall be like madmen, sparing them, but still spoil and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Eviction is another form of that. There's a reason why, like, why is the bank not working with you? Because they'll work with these Edomites when you're losing your house or anything like that. They'll work with them. I know many Edomites back in the day who basically kept their house even after not paying for like about 6 or 7 months. They will work with you. But if you're under the curses like, Jake's them, like especially Eve them, like that, okay, they don't care. The bank can repo your house, you didn't pay a whole lot of money to it, and they're gonna just turn around and just sell it to these mega $1 million broker firms, okay, and that's just the way it is, okay. So this has been Esau. Never intended to help you, Jakes, okay? The so-called white man never intended to help you. The only way you're going to get help is if you're a part of the hopefully elect, okay, and you repent and return back to the Lord. How about your mouth shy? But they're not doing that. All right. Lord willing, the elect was edified. Let's close out by giving all glory and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Kakadash, Shalom.